Hustling is driven by survival and fear. It comes from a space of lack, chasing money, status, and validation. It comes from a state of fear. Hey, I can't survive here. Therefore, I must hustle.
Welcome to UPPA Conversations, Unleash Purpose and Prosperity in Africa, where we explore how you and I can help shift Africa from poverty to prosperity, one person, one family, and one community at a time.
There are 8 essential questions in life. 8 essential questions in life. The first one that you have to ask is, who am I? Who are you? Who are you? Beyond roles that I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, who are you? Beyond titles that I am a fashion designer, are you? Do you know who are you? That's an essential life question. The second one, what am I on earth for? Why? What are you on earth for? So it is important to ask yourself, what am I on earth for? What are my gifts and my strengths? What am I called to serve? Who am I called to serve? What value do I bring to those that I'm called to serve? What legacy do I want to leave? When I am being taken, when my body is being taken to the grave, what is going to be left behind? Number 8, how do I align my purpose with prosperity? These are the questions that each one of us has to answer. So let me ask you, do you know who are you? Not just by your name. Do you know who are you? I know who I am. I'm a child of God. Do you know who are you? What are you on earth for? What is your purpose? What difference are you here to make on earth? I know, because mine is to unleash. I'm also called the oil lady, by the way, because my purpose is to unleash that oil that is inside of you, the greatness that God has planted inside of you. My purpose is to help you discover, master, multiply, and unleash it so that you can prosper. That is my purpose. What is yours? Because each one of us has been uniquely created, and each one of us has gifts. And it is said that your gift will place you in the presence of kings. Your gift will open doors for you that no one can ever think of. Who are you called to serve? I'm called to serve you. Who are you called to serve? What value do I bring to others? The value that I bring is to help you know yourself, help you to know who you are, what you are called to do, and to support you in whatever God has called you, so that you can prosper where you are called. That is the value that I bring. That is the value that brings me today, here, brings all of us here today. That is the value that I bring. What is holding me back? What is holding you back? We need to know those gremlins, those self-limiting beliefs that hold us back from doing the things that we want to do, from becoming the great people that we are meant to be. We need to know what those things in our minds that hold us back. Do you know? What legacy do you want to leave? Where do you want to make a difference? Ufuna ukwaziwa ngani? What do you want to be remembered by? How do you align? And the question that has brought you today, how do you align your purpose with prosperity? And I'm so grateful that you are already asking yourself this powerful, powerful, powerful question. And I'm hoping that you'll find answers today. What is purpose? Purpose, I say, when you are living your purpose, you live in the purpose zone because you know what you are on earth for. So you live in the purpose zone. And in the purpose zone, that means you live with joy and zeal each and every day. Positive psychologists call it eudaimonia. And I call it, you live on the fruits of the Spirit because you have love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and faithfulness and goodness, gentleness and self-control when you live in the purpose zone, because you know who you are and you know whose you are, and you know there is something that pushes you each and every day. What about a reaction to that? Is there a reaction to that? Can I have a reaction on the chat? So when you're living in the purpose zone, you have inner fulfillment and peace. You are fulfilled. Life has no meaning, has meaning for you. As a result, depression is minimized because you find such fulfillment in life. You have such a high sense of meaning in life. When you are living in the purpose zone, you have clarity and focus. That is where I am going. This is the journey that I am on, and therefore I have clarity and focus. When you are in the purpose zone, you become resilient. Even when storms come, you are able to stand firm because you are on a very clear journey. When you are in the purpose zone, it is easy to master your skill, your gift, because you work on it all the time. It is easy to master. It is easy to grow in your mastery of whatever the gift God has given you. It is easy because you are living in the purpose zone. The purpose zone is about impact. It is about making a contribution. It is about being the difference that makes the difference. The purpose zone is about prosperity with integrity. Do you know that there are many people who have money, but they're not happy? They have money, but they are not happy. But when you are living in the prosperity zone, in the purpose zone, because that money has been acquired with integrity. And as a result, you are fulfilled. You have a high sense of integrity. Purpose Zone is about legacy and generational impact. You don't impact only now. You impact through generations. Because that's how we were designed. We were designed not to just impact now. We were designed to impact through generations. Yes, Sibonele, you definitely agree. Thank you, Sisi. Thank you. When you live in the purpose zone, those fruits of the Spirit flow naturally. Yebo, yebo. So there are certain myths about purpose that we need to just confront. One, it is believed that everyone automatically knows their life purpose. That is not true. I, for one, battled. I battled to know my purpose. And one of the reasons why I battled is because it was scary for me. It was scary for me. I mean, when you get to know that your purpose is to help people who want to get out of poverty. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness. Do I want to work with people who are poor? Anti-poverty is not just about financial. There is poverty, just like prosperity is there's poverty of spirit, there's financial poverty, there's social poverty, there is poverty in every area. So I didn't know because I was too scared. Who knows what I'm talking about? Because sometimes we know, but we are too scared to go there because it looks too big. This vision looks too big. This path looks too big. You feel I'm not good enough for that, or you feel it is too big, or you feel I don't have the skills. Hmm? That's me right now. Yes, Lerato. Hope when you leave here, you will have the courage to take that path. Okay, sometimes we don't bother seeking our. Oh, okay. Myth number two is don't bother seeking your life purpose. It will come on its own. I've heard of that. And guess who says this? Myth number two. I've heard of that. And I often find that those people who were naturally endowed with knowing their life purpose, they do not understand the struggles that some of us who did not know, they don't understand the struggles that we go through or we went through. Because for them it was easy, it was easy. They had a gift, and the gift was easily turned into a purpose and into a calling, and it was easy for them. So they think it will be easy for everyone. It's not true. That's a myth. Myth number three is this one. That purpose is running an NGO. That is not true. Purpose is not running an NGO. Yes, there are people who are called to running an NGO, uh, but it does not mean purpose is about being poor. So that's another thing for me was, hey, it's about being poor. I don't want to be poor. No, that is the myth that we want to best today. Purpose isn't about the way of where you are serving. It's not about the what. It's about the why behind what you do. Why are you doing that? What for? What is the benefit? What is it for? That is the why. So it's a myth to think that one, you can prosper from your purpose, and that you can only run an NGO with your purpose. No, it's not true. Myth number 4 says if you are a human service professional like a teacher, doctor, social worker, you are automatically living your purpose. People think because I'm a teacher, I'm automatically living my purpose. How many teachers do you know that go and teach, but they're not passionate about teaching? They're not passionate. How many? Doctors. They're not passionate about what they are doing. Social workers. I mean, you see teachers beating children up. You see nurses clapping their patients. And I can assure you, those people are doing that because they don't know their purpose. So it does not mean that if you are a service professional, you are automatically living your purpose. It's not true. You may be making a difference, but are you passionate about that? Are you passionate about what you are doing? Do you understand what you are doing it for? Myth number 5, that life purpose is the same as your calling. That's a myth, by the way. Life purpose is the same as your calling. That's another myth. Because there are many people who are living a life, they know what their purpose is, but their purpose is not linked to God. So when your life purpose is not linked to God, it's not necessarily a calling. It only becomes a calling when it is linked to God. That's when purpose becomes a calling. So what does God say about your purpose, your life purpose? What does he say? What is God's intention for Africa? What is God's intention for humanity? What is God's intention for a teacher? Once you get that in your spirit, then that becomes your calling. Okay, let's get some reactions before we go to the next slide. Yes. Poverty is a mindset. Dipu, so true. So true. Poverty is a mindset. It is so true. And Sbonele is saying, I know exactly what you are talking about. I'm currently in that turmoil, turning a blind eye because of the size of work. Yes, we get scared. We get scared. Okay. Oh, Heidi. Okay. So, what's the difference between purpose and hustling? I don't like the word hustle. I don't like the word. You know, that is my hustle. Why don't I like that word? One, because where does it comes from? Hustling is driven by survival and fear. It comes from a space of lack, chasing money, status, and validation. It comes from a state of fear. Hey, I can't survive here. Therefore I must hustle. Purpose is not hustling, because purpose is driven by a calling, by a vision of serving others through your gifts. So you are not hustling. You know, it is clear where you are, where it may not even be clear, but you know the direction. So it's not hustling, it is clarity. Purpose, hustling is, you know, you get, because you are constantly striving, you're constantly under pressure, you are burning out, you're doing things that you don't necessarily like, then you burn out because you know, you are just doing it to get the money. That's hustling. You are just doing it to get the money. But purpose, it's about sustained energy. You're doing something you love. You love what you do. So the energy is sustainable, and the energy flows from the spirit. It is sustainable. Your cup, even when you are busy, but your cup is refilled, your cup overflows. Focus. When you are hustling, you are chasing trends. You start here, you stop, you do this, you stop, you do that. That's the hustle mentality. It is scattered. You know, it's like shiny object. Where is it? Where is there the money? Where's the money? That's the energy of hustling. The energy of purpose, it's about alignment. You know, you are focused on one thing. And by the way, it does not mean don't have other streams of income, but the main one, you know exactly what it is. Ne? So you are aligned. Hustling, the definition of success is income, applause, and recognition. Look at the car I'm driving. Look at the at the house I am in, you know, with purpose does not mean you don't have the things, but you understand that you have dominion over money. It's about transformation, it's about impact. It is about prosperity that makes a difference. So your prosperity is not yours alone, it is shared with others. You are a conduit. You become blessed to be a blessing. That is purpose. So hustling is about short term, temporal. Purpose is about legacy. You are building a legacy. And when you are doing that, you're multiplying value. You're multiplying a value, you know, because you are building a legacy. You are not looking only at me, myself, and I. You are building a legacy. So that's the difference between purpose and hustling. So whether you are wanting, you are in corporate and wanting to start a business, please don't call it hustling. Can I ask you? No, don't call it hustling. Call it, say, I'm preparing my prosperity journey. I'm going into my purpose zone. It's not hustle. Don't call it a side hustle. Call it my purpose zone.
If you are ready to release the greatness God has placed within you, and you are willing to live your purpose and help Africans prosper intentionally and impactfully, then you are at the right place. Catch Afritanergy, the transformative, purpose-driven energy of Africa that empowers you and I to prosper where God has called us.